channel. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. We're finally back. Do another upgrade on the Continental 650 GT. It's been a long winter, and yeah, finally spring's here. Get some decent weather, and hopefully we'll get out riding very soon. What we're going to do today is we're going to install a center stand on my Continental 650 GT. As you all would know, I guess, the Continental GT does not come with center stand. Interceptor does, but the Continental 650 GT does not. But they share the same frame, so it's super easy to install a center stand onto the Continental 650 GT. What you get in the package when you order it, and I ordered this one from Royal Rider off of eBay. Had really good luck with this person, and never had any issues with shipping or anything. They always arrive timely, and it's been good. Anyways, get the actual center stand, a rubber pad, which I've already installed. Just got to tap that in with a rubber mallet. So yeah, in the package you get the center stand, rubber pad, main pin, washer, cotter pin, and the spring. Now, the worst part of this whole install is this double spring. So what I'm going to do now is I'll bring you guys back in around, and I'll just show you how we're going to start the install. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the spring over the holder, and you can see right up here the pin where the spring goes into. So just fits right in there, no problem. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is put the center stand up between the mounting brackets. So now on this bike, because I've got the 2-in-1 that comes out this side, the factory manual says to loosen your exhaust pipe from your right hand side, move it to the side so you can fit this pin. Now the pin's the same size on either end, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to install from the other side, because I don't have a pipe on the other side, and I don't want to loosen off the exhaust and maybe break the seal of my exhaust that I've already got. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grease on the pin and then pop it through to this side. Just at the pivot points where the pin will slide, just so we've got just a little bit of grease on there. Right, like so. Okay. Pins in, then it's just a matter of installing the washer and fitting the cotter pin in, then bend the end of the cotter pin. Now I'm not going to bend the end of the cotter pin right yet, because I want to make sure that I've got the spring attached. So I've tried numerous ways in getting ready for this, of installing the pin. I don't have a brake tool or a spring tool to stretch the spring, so I'm going to try a bit of ingenuity and see how that goes. I did try using a chunk of wire, pulling it back. That didn't work. I tried vice grips. I tried stretching the spring with vice grips. So I'm going to try a different way now. So just bear with me. I've got this tube of grease. I'm going to fit it up on the other side just to hold the center stand up like so. And as you see here, got about an inch, a little more than an inch to stretch. Now, I've done some sleuthing on YouTube to try and figure out ways to do this, and I'm hoping this will work. I haven't tried this way yet, so all we're going to do, as you see, I've got this rubber mallet chunk of wood. I'm going to use that as a fulcrum to hopefully stretch the spring back and drop it in. So wish me luck. As I say, it's the first time trying this. I've got to go sort of down a bit.
I've got a long screwdriver here that I hope is going to allow me to do this. Let's try one spring first, then maybe. I will say that the inner spring is a real pain in the butt. So the outer spring, let's try that first. Oh. Hang on. Just got jammed in there. Oh, just about. I know some of you guys may accuse me of abusing my tools, but okay, let's try this again. Oh, come on. Oh. That's gonna go. Okay, there we go. That's the outer spring. Now the inner spring. This one is much more difficult. So now let's see if we can get... Get this screwdriver out of here. Come on. What a pain in the butt. But it does seem... There we go. Look at that, eh? Just like I knew what I was doing. So, there we have it. So that's the center stand. Now let's just see how it works. You can come back. Going to take the bike off the track stand. My side stand is down. Okay. Now, as you can see, it doesn't really stick out in a negative way. On the left-hand side of the bike, you can see here that it sticks out a bit more because I don't have a pipe on this side, but if it annoys me, what I may do is I may take it to a welder and just have him cut a couple inches off of it and re-weld it. But for the most part, that's it there. Now, in use, let's see here, up until you feel it there. Make sure you've got a good perch with your foot. And all you have to do is lift up and press down with your foot. Put your weight on it. There you go. Now you've got a center stand on the Continental GT 650. That you didn't have 10 minutes ago. So. Anyways, once again, guys, thanks very much for watching.
watching, liking, subscribing. We're back. We've got a new video, and hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, give us a big thumbs up if you could, and if you can as well, hit that subscribe button. We're getting close to 1,000, which is a real landmark for us, so we're hoping to get over 1,000. Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Keep your rubber side down. Good to see you guys again.
All right, one more thing. I forgot to bend the cotter pin down, so I'm just going to do that now. Hope you guys can see this. All right. Okay. There you go. That's got it. It took longer to bend the cotter pin than it did to do the whole install. But anyways, that's it. Thanks again for watching, guys.